Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to today's video. So today's video, very excited to do because I've got all 7 shades of the Hourglass Voyeur Eyeshadow Stick. So I actually got all 7 shades. I received 4 of them in PR and I tried them, liked them so much that I actually purchased the additional 3 shades that I didn't have and decided to wait until I got all 7 shades to do a video. I know these came out probably about a month or a month and a half ago, but I did want to do a video anyway because I'm really into these one and done eyeshadow looks. I love the Eyes to Mesmerize from Charlotte Tilbury, but I've never really gotten into eyeshadow sticks, but I really do love these. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so a little bit about these eyeshadow sticks. It's on their website, it states it's an effortless, crease-resistant eyeshadow stick that delivers high-impact color with a sleek metallic finish for all-day wear. Featuring the perfect balance of rich pigments and creamy texture, this formula delivers 8-hour crease-resistant wear with a comfortable feel. It glides smoothly onto lids without skipping or tugging, allowing for easy, intuitive application for a minimal everyday routine. The versatile formula can be layered and blended to create an endless range of multi-dimensional looks, shade and highlight or line for a soft daytime look, or gently smudge for the perfect evening smoky eye. So again, there's 7 shadows, there's 7 shades, and I did say I do have all 7. Like I said, I received 4 of them in PR, and then I purchased the additional 3 shades. The one shade I wasn't originally going to get, which is Moon, and that is because it's kind of like a champagne. It is a very pale color, but then I decided to get it because I liked the formula so much that I thought it'd be very good for inner corner or the brow bone. So that was one of the reasons why I got it. So let's go ahead and get into the 7 shades. Okay, so the 7 shades are Aurora, which is an olive green, Phoenix, a warm copper, Galaxy, a metallic plum, Solstice, metallic bronze, Equinox, a warm taupe, Prism, a cool rose gold, and Moon, which is a pale champagne. So again, Moon was the one that I was probably the least interested in, but then as I played with the formula, it definitely intrigued me because I thought, you know, I could use it as an inner corner and brow bone highlight. So that's the only one I actually haven't used because that was one of the ones I purchased last. But now, do you need all 7 shades? No, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video, because I wanted to show how they look on the eye, and then also how, you know, the comparisons between the shades, because some of the shades are very, very similar. And it is a very subtle eyeshadow stick. So if you have used other eyeshadow sticks, this one is definitely more subtle, but I think it's definitely, you know, again, talked about it before, 46, turning 47 this year. And it's something I think that is age appropriate for someone in their mid 40s. Also, it's an eyeshadow stick that you can use for day. And then I have used one of them and use it during the day, and it lasts all day. Once it sets, you do have a little bit of wiggle room as far as letting it, you know, blending it out and playing with it. But then once it's set, it is set. So that is a really good formula. So I really like the formula. So let's go ahead and get into the swatches of the shades. Okay, before we get into the swatches, let's just go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So it's really beautiful. I mean, it's a really beautiful Hourglass packaging, you know, and then the shape of it is a little bit unique for a shadow stick. Usually it has like kind of like a round, but it's a little bit different. Some people like it, some people don't. I personally like it, but I don't think it's better or worse than another shadow stick. It's just different. But I've had no issues with this, and there's one that I've been using quite a bit, and I've had no issues with it. So I do really like the shape, and I like the packaging. Very, very sleek. And the other thing I like is that the color is at the bottom. So you can kind of see, you don't actually have to look at the color. So if I'm looking at, this is Aurora, which is the green, I can just look for the color green at the bottom, which is really, really helpful when you have several, especially when you have all 7 shades. When you have like the color coder is very, very helpful. Not every brand does that. Actually, most brands don't do that. So I do really appreciate that. Okay, so I'm gonna go in the same order that it is on the website as far as swatching, and we're gonna start with Aurora. So this is what it looks like. This is one that I have not touched. This is one of the ones I did purchase, and there it is. So we'll just kind of go here, and this is going to be Aurora, and this is the olive green. Next up is Phoenix, which is the warm copper. Then we have Galaxy, which is the metallic plum. Next up is Solstice, which is the metallic bronze. Next is Equinox, which is the warm taupe. This is the one that I've used a couple times. Next is Prism, which is the rose gold. And then finally we have Moon, which is the pale champagne. So this is the only one I'm going to try not by itself. I'm just going to use it as an inner corner and brow bone highlight. The rest I'm going to try individually. And before I put the try on, I just got a little wipe and I tried to take them off. They don't even come off with a wipe. Now this is not a makeup wipe. This is just like a, wet wipe, but it doesn't come off. I'm gonna have to go in with a makeup wipe. So it's starting to come off here, but it's, it lasts a long time. Okay, so I'm gonna try and pair them up with shades that are similar. However, there's two shades. There's an olive green and a plum that are not similar at all, so I'm going to start with those. So the first one is going to be Aurora, which is the olive green, and I just like to apply it just on the lid, just like so, and I'll apply it all over the lid, and then I will go in with a synthetic brush. I like my BK, I think this is the 206, and go in and then just kind of round out the edges. Go in and add a little bit more. Now you do have some time to work with these, but then again, once it sets, it sets. So you do have a little bit of time to work with them. They don't dry down super fast, but then you also don't want to take your time either. So, but you can see that it's really easy to work with. I will say, even though I love the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize, these are much easier to work with. So that is the Hourglass Aurora, which is the olive green. Okay, next up is going to be Galaxy, which is the metallic plum. And again, I'm gonna go in just like I did the other one and place it on the lid. Now this is the one I had not used yet. This was one of the ones I did purchase. So I'm gonna place it all over the lid and then go back in with my brush and round out the edges. But I love this purple shade because for someone who doesn't really like a lot of color, this is a really great way to have some color without having a lot of color. It's kind of like a muted color. So you can just kind of go in, and the same thing with the green. I'm not a big green eyeshadow person, but even though I love that new Sigma Earthy palette, but it's a really great way to wear green, and this is a really great way to wear like a purple or a plum. So there you have it. That is Galaxy. And so here you compare, this is the olive green Aurora, and this is Galaxy, which is the metallic plum. Okay, so moving on to the other two shades, we're gonna start with Phoenix, and Phoenix is the warm copper. And this is one of probably going to be my favorite. I love copper shades, especially with blue eyes. And again, just kind of going in like I normally do. Though I really do love the Aurora and the metallic plum because I think it's an easy way to wear color on your eyes, and it's I wouldn't say muted, but it's not bright. So it's an easy way to wear color on your eyes. But here you have Phoenix, which is the warm copper, and again, super fast. And the one I'm going to be wearing side by side is Prism, which is the cool rose gold. And again, just going to place it on the lid. Now this one is probably the second lightest shade, so this is going, I don't tend to like really light shades on the lid. Personally, I like a little bit of depth, but I do really like this color, and when I liked the formula, I decided just to get them all. So I think this is, I'm not sure if this is one of the ones, I can't remember which ones I was sent. I just know I was sent 4 and then I purchased 3. So here we go. This is going to be rose gold, or Prism, which is the cool rose gold. And again, just kind of placing it the same, using it is the BK Beauty 206. This is probably my favorite eyeshadow brush for one and done eyeshadows. So there we go. And there we have it. That is Phoenix and this is Prism. So this is the warm copper and then this is the cool rose gold. So I have a warm tone and a cool tone. And you know, looking at both, I definitely like the warm copper. I like warm tones on me, but I do like the rose gold. I think it's really pretty. You know, definitely more subtle, more light, but I prefer the Phoenix. Okay, and now we're gonna try the final 2 that I'm gonna try on each eye. And the first one is going to be Solstice, and this is the metallic bronze. So going to head, again, same way, just kind of applying it all over the lid. And they're very, very smooth. But the only thing is, I will say my eyelid is becoming a little raw because I'm pretty much having to, it's because it is drying down. By the time I am taking this off, it's drying down. So getting this off each eye between takes is a lot. So that's a good thing, not for a video, but good thing as far as the longevity of these is very, very good. And that's one of the reasons why I do really like them, because I think the longevity is fantastic. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're great. So this is going to be Solstice, which is the metallic bronze. And then finally, this is Equinox, which is a warm taupe. And again, going in just like I have with all the others. And now I will say with the 7 shades, there are shades that are definitely similar, but there aren't any that are very, very close. So I feel like I will get use out of all 7 shades. But do you need all 7 shades? No. I think that probably my 2 favorite are going to be the Aurora and the metallic, the Plum, whichever one that one is, Galaxy. That one, I think it's just, they're unique. I think they're really pretty. I think they're really wearable colors. So I really like those the most. And that's something that I don't have with the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. So those are probably my 2 favorite. And if you want to have some color, but you're kind of like me and you like subtle color, then I think those are probably the 2 I would start with. As far as these other ones, I think they're really pretty. This is Equinox, which is the warm taupe. This is the one I've been wearing to work, even though I work from home, but I'm on Zoom. This is the one I've been wearing, which I really, really like. I think it's a really wearable color, even though it gives a little bit of shine. It is also, you know, wearable for every day. So this is Equinox, and then this is Solstice, which is the bronze. So very different, again, warm and cool toned, but I think both are stunning. Okay, so I went ahead and took off the Solstice and put Equinox, so I have the same on both sides. So I'm going to take Equinox and I'm going to put it on the lower eyelid, just like I normally would, kind of like a liner. And that's kind of how I would do any shadow and with a shadow stick. So that's kind of what I do, but you can just do it with the stick instead of, obviously with the Eyes to Mesmerize, you have to use a brush, but it's very, very easy. So again, this is something that you can do on the go, or, you know, really quick right before work, or, you know, just whatever. It's really, really easy. I did not have these before I went on the cruise. I'm not sure if they came out before then. I would have loved to have these on the cruise, because especially the longevity, these would have been fantastic, and I would have probably used these every day. So really, really easy to put on. But that is them with the lower lash line. Okay, and as promised, I am going to go in with Moon. This is the Pale Champagne. So I'm going to go in on the brow bone and on the inner corner highlight just to kind of see how this would work. But that's the reason why I purchased this one. I don't think I would wear this one all over the lid. It's just not a look that I like. But I do like having something like this, super easy to go in on the brow bone highlight. Really, really pretty. That is really pretty. So let's go ahead and do the other side. Okay, so super pretty for the brow bone. And now let's go in on the inner corner. And there we go. So really pretty. Again, very, very easy. Could do this on the go with the two. So I'm really glad I purchased this one. This one was one that I purchased on my own. It was the one that I probably wasn't going to purchase, and then I decided at the last minute to get. And it honestly, because I can use it for this will probably be the one that I use the most, because I can use this with pretty much any other eye look. So, I mean, again, doing it with my Baby Yoda mirror, very small little monitor, but I think they look beautiful. Okay, so what do I think of these? I think these are great. I mean, that's the reason why I purchased the additional 3 shades, because I use them, I like them so much, I decided to purchase them in every shade. So, which are my favorite shades? My 2 favorite shades by far, if I were to recommend any, are going to be Aurora and Galaxy, because it's the olive green and the metallic plum. I think they're unique. I think they are just enough color where you can put color on your lid, but it's not too much color. But if you didn't want color, then I think my next favorite is probably the Solstice, which is the warm copper? Let's see, no, Phoenix. Phoenix is the warm copper. So Phoenix would be my 3rd favorite with the warm copper. The Moon, I think I'm going to use probably the most, because I could see myself using that one a lot. Will I use it on my lid? Probably not. But I will use it in the inner corner and brow bone. I think it works really well. And then because of the longevity and how it dries down, I will probably use that one a lot. But as far as an all over shade, no. My least favorite for an all over shade is probably going to be Prism, but that's just because I'm so pale. I don't really like pale shades. I think it's really pretty. I will definitely use it, but it's probably going to be my least favorite of the other 6 shades. But I do like them all. I really think, but I think that olive green and the plum are absolutely stunning. And again, a nice subtle way, classy way for someone in their mid-40s to wear color. But I think they're great. Now they're $34. So they are $34. I purchased them they came online on Sephora during right at the end of the sale. So I was able to get them at a discount. So I would, $34 is a lot for a shadow stick. I think they're worth it, but I would try and wait for a sale, see if there's a Sephora sale now, or a Sephora sale or an Hourglass sale. There is a package of 2, I think it's Solstice and Phoenix, I'm not sure, that come in a package of 2 that's a little discounted. I think that's a great buy, but I know Aurora and Galaxy are not in that, but I think they're great. But again, if you can get them at a discount, great, that's probably better. But $34, I think they're worth it, but maybe only get 1, maybe 2. But with that, I think they're great. So let me know which one you think is your favorite below, if you got them, what you think of them, and let me know in the comments below. So with that, if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.